Good evening and welcome to everybody this evening. Today is April 20, I think it's the 26th. Should have checked that out before I came on, huh? Let's see what today's date is. Today's actually the 27th of April 27th, 2022. For those who do not know me, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. And I wanted to come on tonight, but before I dive into my topic, as the topic's all about physical pain, and physical pain is a message from your body. So before I dive into this big topic that I'm going to just share some insight with you, I want to just make sure I am where I need to be on the different platforms so more and more people get to receive this information right as it's being delivered. And if you like, feel free to grab yourself a pen and paper so you can take down some notes, because this is definitely going to be a hands-on in regards to things that you could take away. Because one of my missions when I do come live is I come here to provide a little bit of healing, a little teaching, and something that you can actually implement into your life right away. Because I like you to have something to take with you. So it's not just about sitting and listening to me chat. So I'm not sure why I'm having such a hard time with my Twitter page. Where is it? Why is it not here? Anyway, let's see if I can stroll. There just seems to be a lot of insight here going on tonight. Let's get to the top. All right, there we go. So for all of you who are watching from Twitter, I also want to just do a little shout out to all of you who are watching on Twitter, who've been watching, who's been tweet. I think the expression is called tweet. I had about 30 new viewers tweeting to one of my my posts the other day, so I appreciate all of you. So feel free to leave your comments here as well. And then I'm going to jump on to my YouTube channel to make sure I'm there. Now, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please help me grow that page so more and more people can gain access to me. It's real simple to do. All you got to do is really go ahead and hit that like button. And then also upon hitting the like button, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're really eager to know when I go live, you can put that little bell on. So the bell will let you know when I am here. So for all of you who are tuning in from YouTube, I would love to know that you are there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my Facebook page, which is usually where I land when I do these, because I do have interaction there. And let's see if there was anybody there tonight with me. Okay, besides myself. So when you do show up here on Facebook, also let me know that you are here by saying hi. Let me know where you're chiming in from, whether you're chiming in from, let's say, Texas, Arizona, Washington, Mexico, wherever you are. I would love to know how far I'm getting around with this topic. So again, my topic for tonight is physical pain. And there's a reason why I'm deciding to share some insight with you about physical pain as a holistic fitness personal trainer. And what that reason is it seems to be there's a lot of people that I'm noticing on Facebook sharing their discomforts, whether it's discomfort from your neck, their jaw, shoulders, hands, whatever have you. Now, again, as a holistic personal trainer, working with clients this past week, I have actually worked with a handful of clients who come in with some physical discomforts, and doing the work that I do with them, it's not just about getting to make the pain go away. And I know that sounds weird. Yes, the average person, as humans on a 3D level, we want the pain to go away. We want to not feel pain, which makes a lot of sense. Nobody ever wants to feel pain. But yet, by running off to, let's say, take an Advil or go to your doctor and have him give you whatever prescription he might give you to sort of numb the pain, doesn't really help release the pain. what it really does, it just puts a band-aid on the situation so you can feel better very quickly, but then you don't really ever heal from the experience of why the physical pain is showing up. Now, as my description says, the physical pain is a message from your body. I'm going to say that again so that that can really soak in. The physical pain is a message from your body. Now, any of you who are familiar with, let's say, Louise Hay, or even, and I always say her name wrong, and I want to make sure I say it correctly if I'm going to quote her. I believe her last name is Baru, Lisa Baru. I'm just trying to grab her book without knocking everything down. I believe her name is Baru, Bourbeau. It's one of my books that I go to regarding when a client comes to me with some physical discomforts. I always want to connect on an emotional level, metaphysically speaking, in regards to what the connection might be for that client. What is going on in their life at that present time that might have caused or created that symptom to show up. And I'm going to combine this insight with some planetary information as well. And if you're not familiar with astrology, please continue to follow me because I speak a lot about astrology on how our planets have a huge impact on our body. Every planet is associated with a specific organ in our body, and every planet is associated with a specific body part in our body. And when the planets are shifting as they are right now, there is a lot of planetary shifts going on with some, I like to call them big players. And what I mean by big players, the planets that are going to make life alternating shifts take place for us on the unconscious level if you are not consciously aware of your planets. I do hope I haven't confused you there. And I'm going to do this the best I can by keeping this as simple as I can keep it so I do not lose you in this conversation, so you can really get the best of this information and take with you what you need to take with you. So if you are that person who may be experiencing physical pain and your first instinct is to go either to the medicine cabinet and grab, let's say, Advil or Tylenol or whatever your go-to might be as of current, this may be an opportunity for you to might want to pause just for a second and take a moment to connect. The word I'm going to use is embody the physical pain. Embody it. In regards to what I mean by that is take a minute to ask that specific part of you that is showing up with discomfort. Ask it what it wants you to know. So, for example, I'm going to use the example of my client that I worked with yesterday. And I'm going to leave his name nameless because there's no need for his name. But he came in and he was wearing a brace on his right hand, wrapped around his wrist. And I had asked him a few questions in regards to his hand. Now, again, grab paper and pen if you want to write some notes down. When we speak about the metaphysical components, when I speak about the metaphysical components with clients, I go into detail. So the right side of the body is known as the masculine energy. Right side is the masculine energy, the energy of the action, the energy of the do. Now, when we think about the hand, and this one's like a real giveaway. When we think about the hand's responsibility is to hold on to something or to grab something. So right off the back, I had him just sit quietly and I had asked him what was going on in his life, perhaps maybe in the last 7 to 14 days, that perhaps he was holding on too tight to. And when I use the word too tight, I don't mean holding on too tight to, let's say, a book, but maybe holding on too tight to a conversation or to a situation that's going on in his life. And that he's not allowing any flexibility to take place in that conversation where he's being too rigid. Because again, the issue was also in his wrist, which is about flexibility. So as we sat there and went through that whole sort of like analyzing the process of what the hand does, the fact that it's the right hand, and the fact that the right hand is about the masculine doing something. And or perhaps somebody else either doing something or not doing something that you want them to be doing. So it's like your hand is in the situation, but that other person is not in agreement to what it is you want to be doing, or vice versa, of course. So when we look at it in that way, we can then get to the root cause of the discomfort, to why it's showing up. And then, of course, in addition to, hello there, Lisa. Nice to have you here. Perfectly timed, Lisa. Perfectly timed. So in addition to getting to the explanation to why his right hand might have been causing some discomfort, the emotional connection, I had him just think for a minute or two to situations that were going on over the last 7 to 14 days. Now, why did I choose 7 to 14 days? Reason for that is when a physical pain shows up, it's not going to show up based on something that's happening in the direct moment. It's going to show up based on something that's taken place within a matter of a week or two, because we ponder on it. We think about it over and over again, and that creates that emotional imbalance. And it's something that takes on a period of time before it's going to show up physically. When our body starts to talk to us, it's not because something has just recently happened. It's because it's been happening for a little while, and now your body has to deliver a message that you were probably not paying attention to before, where now when it shows up in your body, you're going to pay attention to, because it's going to stop you. And I know for me, anytime I have a physical pain that shows up in my body, whether it's discomfort or not, I'm right away going to pause what I'm doing, because it stops me in my tracks. And that's exactly what physical pain will do. And that's the whole purpose. The message behind your body is trying to tell you something. So what I like to do today is I want to just give an example. Now, I gave an example on the hand based on a client that I worked with yesterday. Now, when we think about the hand and we think about the whole arm in itself, just the whole arm in itself. Now, I'm also going to go into chakras. Now, the meaning of a chakra, just in case you're not familiar, the meaning of chakras, the definition, chakras is a wheel or disc. Most of the time, the wheel or disc is going to be turning. So if one or more of your chakras, that usually runs down your spine or runs up your spine, if one or more of those chakras are not turning, that creates stagnation in that chakra. And when there's stagnation in that chakra, that's going to create possibly some discomfort in that chakra. And because when we talk about the hand itself is associated with the heart chakra. The heart chakra. So that my client who had the hand discomfort, upon him sharing with me what was going on with him over the last give and take 14 days to even 30 days for that matter. And like I said, when physical pain shows up, it's showing up because this emotional connection has been going on for some time for the physical pain to show up. It's not going to just show up overnight. It's because it's been something that's been brewing, so to speak. And the emotional connection that was going on with his hand was something in regards to his heart, where he was angry. He was angry about a conversation that wasn't going his way. So he was trying to hold on to what he thought it was supposed to be and trying to get the other parties involved to see his point of view. So he was getting angry. So the work that I did with him during that session yesterday helped him to release that anger and gave an opportunity to see possibly the other person's point of view to help him release the anger. Now, in addition to having the conversation with him, I also applied a little bit of Reiki. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar with the word Reiki, Reiki is a non-invasive energy healing where it's hovered over. It can be done distantly as well. And it allows the energy, which is chi, to start to circulate. So whatever's going on, whatever was going on in my client's hand, by me applying the Reiki onto his hand, it helped the energy to start to release. So whatever inflammation might have been showing up in his hand, the energy started moving. And then I also applied 2 essential oils to his hand as well, which is what I do with my clients when I work with them. When they show up with physical pain, I apply many tools into their sessions so we can get to the root cause of their discomfort. So as I said, the hand is associated to the heart chakra. But what I would like to talk about today, something I've been hearing a lot over the last give and take 2 weeks in reference to physical pain that a lot of people seem to be talking about in reference to their physical pain is, and it's all connected to one chakra. And I'll mention the chakra after I talk about the different areas. So we're speaking about the jaw, tendonitis in the jaw. Now, anything that ends with itis means it's inflammation. Inflammation. And anytime we have inflammation in any area of our body, there's going to be discomfort associated because inflammation is literally blocking the energy from flowing. So the movement becomes really challenging to do. So when we think of TMJ in the jaw, that means the jaw has inflammation and it makes it really challenging to chew, makes it challenging to talk. And most of the time when someone suffers with TMJ, they also grind their teeth. So then their teeth hurt too. And then along with the TMJ, that pressure may also contribute to the back of the neck, right on that sort of like that, if we call it the kite syndrome, so to speak, right at the really base of the neck, which is the back of the neck. Now, many that I'm listening to are also talking about shoulder discomfort. And then a few people have been speaking about laryngitis as well. Now, the chakra that's associated with the jaw, the teeth, even the tongue, the back of the neck, the shoulder blades, is associated with the throat chakra. The throat chakra. So the big question here is, so if it's the throat chakra and these symptoms are showing up, what is the message there? What is the message that the throat chakra is showing up? What is the message of the throat chakra? What does the throat chakra need us to know if we are experiencing jaw pain, if we're experiencing teeth issues, out tongue, thyroid issues, the back of the neck is stiff, the shoulder blades. And I do want to make a note here, just in case any of you are thinking about it. If you have a pre-existing injury or you've had a pre-existing surgery, that area of your body is going to be sensitive when stress shows up in your life. So that area is going to flare up. But understanding that if you had the surgery 6 years ago, 10 years ago, it's not about the surgery that's causing the discomfort. It's a sensitive area, and the minute you do get emotionally stressed, that area is going to become tense. But there's also a deep-rooted situation going on. So let's come back to the throat in regards to what the throat is actually trying to get your attention on. So some of the common things would be the throat is about communicating. What is it that you might want to say, but you're not saying? What is it that you're sort of shoving back down? How are you showing up? Are you showing up? Do you feel like your words are important enough to say? How are you expressing? Where do you need to connect? How do you network? What are you marketing? So again, I'm going to come back to that astrology. When we think about Mercury, the planet Mercury, which is about communication, which right now happens to be in a zodiac sign of Taurus, and Taurus is second house, and that's associated with how we value the things we want to say, how we value ourselves wanting to show up. And I'm going to take this just a little deeper. And that could also be related to a childhood experience where, now, if you were born in my time frame in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, you might have heard the expression, children should be seen but not heard. Now, if you were a child of that generation and that's something you heard, that will definitely have an impact on your throat chakra, where it could be causing a lot of discomfort in the shoulders, in the jaw, in the throat itself, your thyroid for that matter. There could be a lot of inflammation in the throat chakra right now because of that second house in Mercury, where you are now tapping back to a childhood experience that could be flaring up unconsciously if you're not aware of it. So I bring this to your attention because there's so many people right now who I see on Facebook, listen to, read. I read many of the posts in regards to a lot of discomfort showing up in people's lives, physically speaking. And I'm showing up here tonight to let you know that there is another option besides the medication, besides the Advil or the Tylenol, or running to your primary physician for your primary physician to assist in the Western medicine. There's another side that you can look at, which is the side that I'm speaking of right now. Recognizing that the physical pain is a message from your body, letting you know that there's something within your chakra system that is out of alignment, probably emotionally speaking. And when we speak about our emotions, when we speak about, let's talk about weight, where from my point of view, there's 4 different types of weight. There's the physical weight, where we literally see physical weight, extra pounds. There's the emotional weight, the things we hold on to, the anger, the frustration, the judgment, the shame, the blame from our childhood experiences. There's the mental weight in reference to the things we constantly keep thinking about, the overwhelmness, overthinking. That's the mental weight. And then, of course, there's the spiritual weight, which is about maybe we have lost our faith a little bit, or we have not embodied our body. So when we think about these 4 types of weights, the big question is to ask yourself, where are you holding weight? Is it emotional weight? Is it physical weight? Is it mental weight? Is it spiritual weight? Is it all of the above? And for tonight, what I would like you to take away is, when physical pain shows up, taking that 1 minute, and you can even do it longer, but 1 minute to connect with your body and ask your body, like you can literally place your hand on that body part that you might be experiencing physical pain. So if it happens to be your shoulders, place your hand on the shoulder, whether it's one side or the other, it doesn't really matter, and say, what is it you need me to know? And just take a minute just to connect. And now that you know your shoulders are connected to the throat chakra, the big question you can ask is, where is it that I'm not speaking up? Where is it that I am not showing up? Where is it that I feel my voice is not being heard? Where is it that I need to shift the words that I use? Now, there's this amazing book that I love, and I cannot get it at the moment. It's in a pile somewhere. But the title of the book is called Every Word Has Power. And especially when we talk about the throat chakra, your words that you use when you're working with what I like to call high vibration words or low vibration words, those words are going to vibrate your throat. So for example, Here's a high vibration word, which is I am. Very powerful, very strong. Or I can. Very powerful. Now, if I decide to say I can't, that's not so powerful. That's a low vibration. And when you use more low vibration words over high vibration words, that's going to create a lot of stagnation in the throat chakra. So if the conversations you are carrying on are at a lower vibration tone, that is going to create a lot of vibration, stagnation in the throat chakra. So these are things you want to pay attention to. You want to become more mindful of your dialogue that you have. Now, again, just in case you want to write the title of that book down, it's called Every Word Has Power. Every word has power. Hello, Sabrina. How are you, my dear? So those of you who are popping in from Facebook, I appreciate your time here with me. I am speaking about how physical pain is a message from your body. And if you're just showing up, you may have to come back and watch on the replay to really get the gist of what it is I'm talking about tonight. And the book I just described is speaking about how we use our communication skills and using higher vibration words so we can keep our throat chakra constantly flowing. So as I said, the example I used today was based on one of my clients. He came in the other day, his hand was wrapped up and very sore. He had gone to the doctor to get a diagnosis, and the doctor said there's a possibility that it could be a little bit of carpal tunnel, but wasn't 100% sure. So I did a little Reiki on his hand to get that energy to move, to sort of help decrease the inflammation. I applied 2 essential oils onto his hand as well. I actually had him apply it on. If you're curious to know the 2 essential oils that I did use, I do have them here. Let me see if I can grab them out quickly without any delays. If not, I'll just mention them. Oh, I have one. Perfect. And here's the other. Love when my tools are just right at hand. So a real easy one is lavender. Lavender is a healing essential oil. It's very soothing, helps the nerves to sort of calm itself down. You can use it topically, and when you do, if you have sensitive skin, you can apply a coconut oil on or any other oil, mix it together, and just apply it onto the area that you have discomfort. I combine this with, and I always say it wrong, Copaiba, which is Copaiba. Same thing. I apply a little coconut, place it right onto the area that he was feeling discomfort. Now, theoretically, when prescribing it to my clients, I usually give them a little sample of it so they can take it home, and then he would use it 2 to 3 times a day, every day, until he started realizing the discomfort, the inflammation went down, because that's what the oils will do, will help decrease the inflammation. Very similar to what Advil or Aleve or Tylenol will do without any side effects. Again, this is about the holistic practice of this as opposed to the Western medicine of it. And then applying the Reiki, and him and I did have a little bit of a consultation to discuss what was going on in his life in the last 7 to 14 days that might have brought up some emotional connection, which again, the hand is associated with the heart chakra. So he was experiencing some anger based off a conversation that he had roughly 30 days ago. So his was 30 days. And like I said, when physical pain shows up, physical pain doesn't show up because of something that happened a minute ago. Physical pain shows up because it's an emotion that's been lingering on for anywhere between 7, 14, and even longer days. And now the body realizes it's out of balance because there's an emotion that was not addressed. So the body starts to talk to you. So that is the heart chakra that was associated with the hand. And as I've mentioned before, most physical pain is associated with one chakra or another. And we spoke about the throat chakra already, where the throat chakra is connected to the shoulder blades, to the back of the neck, to the jawline, to the ears even, I forgot to say, to the ears, and also down to the throat, the teeth, the lips, the tongue. And even the gums for that matter. So if you're experiencing, let's say, blisters in the gums, all that's related to the throat chakra. So again, the big question would be, where is it that you are not speaking your truth? Where is it that you're not speaking up? Where is it that you do not feel like you're being seen or heard? And taking it one step further into the astrology insight, right now, Mercury, the planet of communication, is sitting in Taurus house, second house, which is about how we value ourselves, how we value our communication. And they're all connected. Now, depending on where Mercury is on your astrology chart, and if you happen to have Taurus on your astrology chart, where that is right now, it all comes together. So I'm going to leave you with that because I've been on for about 31 minutes. I am going to check out the question that's on my Facebook page right now and see if I can answer any questions. And just giving a shout out to Joanne that just popped in. So Sabrina says, have you used Blue Lotus essential oil? I just bought some. I have no idea if I'm supposed to mix it or what. All right, so Sabrina, my question to you is Blue Lotus essential oil. First, I need to know the brand that it is. It doesn't sound familiar to me, so I'm not sure if it's the brand that I actually use. The brand that I work with is doTERRA. And you do want to make sure that if you are applying any oils onto your skin, that on the label it says that you can use it topically. Most oils, besides for doTERRA, usually have a warning sign that it's not meant to be used topically. So please read your label. If it is not a doTERRA product, and I'm not familiar with that one, so I don't think it is, and I could be totally wrong. Maybe it's a new one that I'm not familiar with, but you do want to read the label to make sure it says that you can apply it onto your skin. And if you can, I would recommend using a little coconut oil just to be safe, to make sure your skin isn't sensitive. So that I hope that answered your question. So yes, so with all that being said, if anyone's out there who is curious to know that you have physical pain and you like to explore it a little bit, and I use the word explore what the physical pain is about, why it's showing up, what chakra it's associated with, and really get to the root cause, not just put a Band-Aid on it. Because again, and I'm guilty of this too, when I have pain, I want to feel good like right away. And the first thing as a human, the 3D mindset is, well, let's go and take an aspirin or do something so we can feel better. But that's a temporary fix. Temporary fix. It will show up again when, again, we have a lot of planetary shifts going on, or you experience another emotional conversation with someone that's going to tap into that specific emotion, and it will flare up more so than the first time. So my suggestion would really be to work on getting to the root cause of what that physical pain is connected to. What's the messages the physical pain is bringing up for you? So I just want to see what Sabrina says. Got it. Oh, thank you. So again, for anyone who's interested in exploring, if you are experiencing physical pain, and it wouldn't surprise me if you are, many people are right now, because there is a lot of planetary shifts taking place right now as we speak. In fact, we have Pluto, we have Pluto is one. We have Taurus and Capricorn, who are the zodiac signs. Real big players over the next couple of days. We have an eclipse season that's taking place. And when we have this much energy, collectively speaking, cosmically speaking, taking place, and we're not working on our chakra system, physical pain is going to show up. So if you'd like to inquire more about your physical pain, you want to discover it, you want to get to the root cause of it, you want to start really healing from it, I I highly recommend that you reach out to me. And you could do so just by emailing healingwithin76@gmail.com. Those who are watching on my Facebook page, you can send me a comment in Facebook, send me a message if you like. Twitter and my YouTube tribe, please send me an email at healingwithin76@gmail.com. And I'll be more than happy to helping you discover what's going on with the physical pain and what the message is that your body is trying to tell you. All that being said, I'm so thankful for every one of you to be here tonight. And feel free to go ahead and redeem a 15-minute complimentary. It's a complimentary 15-minute self-discovery session, self-growth discovery session with me. So if that's something you would like to do, all you need to do, again, YouTube and Twitter, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. My Facebook tribe, you can put a message below saying you would like to redeem a 15-minute complimentary self-growth discovery session to discuss your physical pain. All that being said, have yourself an awesome night. I look forward to sharing more with you. And just to, be on the lookout, there will be an actual article about this exact topic that I'm going to go in more detail in regards to all the chakras and what physical pains are associated with each of the chakras. So look out for that article. I will definitely be sharing it within a few weeks. So you'll have more content and really be able to discover more about yourself. Again, Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer and intuitive healer. And I do look forward to connecting with you. And for those who are just popping on right now, please come back and watch on the replay. Leave your comments for those who are watching on Facebook. And remember, you guys on Twitter and YouTube, please, please, please like my YouTube channel. Like it and subscribe. I appreciate you all. Have a blessed night and day wherever you are in the world.